Well, we're back here at the Hall of History, looking at the Holocaust, or the extermination of the Jewish population, not only in Germany, but of the occupied countries in Europe during World War II. Originally, in the early 1930s, the Jews were given limited citizenship. Many of these Jews were multi-generational citizens of Germany, and they were, if you look on here, they were pretty much told they couldn't own their businesses, they couldn't be a citizen anymore. Really, this was Hitler convinced, and the Nazis convinced the people that the Jews were responsible for the downfall of Germany in World War One, and the Versailles Treaty, and really everything that was not good about Germany pretty much blamed on the Jewish population. Many Jews were deported or forced to leave their country. Many others left on their own if they had the financial means to do so. One of the more famous people who left on their own was Albert Einstein, who saw the handwriting on the wall during this time, and he came to the United States. Most countries around the world only take a limited number of Jews who are trying to flee. And many Jews could not get out, and many wanted to stay in Germany. They did not think the Nazis would go as far as they eventually did. Well, as time went on, especially as you got into the late 30s, the early part of World War II, Hitler became more and more in power. He had the military behind him, and they came up with the whole idea of the final solution, or the mass execution of the Jews. Well, at first the Jews were placed in the ghettos, just a walled off, barbed wired off place in a city where they were pretty much starved to death and had no rights at all. The most famous of these ghettos is the Warsaw Ghetto in Poland, which was created late 1939 after Germany invaded Poland in September of that year. The concentration camps began. They originally were labor camps meant to hold the enemies of the state. Well, these quickly turned into mass executions. Originally, these executions were done by firing squads, but as Hitler and Goebbels and the rest of the Nazi hierarchy, it was too slow. They couldn't kill people fast enough using rifle fire, so they started the whole idea of the gas chamber, and then they would burn the bodies in a furnace. One of the more infamous parts of the concentration camps were that the prisoners were given tattoos, and there's been many. You can go online and look about these tattoos. There's many survivors still left at the concentration camps that do have their tattoos. You can see here Hitler and the Nazis had to switch over, and again, because the gas chambers were more efficient, and Hitler sought out to wipe out 10 million of the European Jews. Hitler and the Nazis blamed the Jews for Germany's loss of World War I. They blamed the Jews for the collapse of the German economy, and he essentially blamed the Jews for everything. And his idea was to literally just wipe them off the face of the earth. One of the more infamous people in the concentration camps was Dr. Mengele, and he carried out many experiments on concentration camp detainees. And you can do some research on him, on your own. And I would definitely, if you wanted to do some more research on this whole topic, that would probably be a good idea. It gives you a little bit better feel than what we could do in this class for what really went on during this time frame. This experimentation Dr. Mengele carried out was really nothing more than torture. And as I mentioned, you can do some more research on this on your own. By 1945, near the end of the war, approximately 6 million of the Jews were killed. The European Jewish population, as you can read here. It was cut from about 9.5 million to 3.5 million, and it is believed that about 1.5 million Jewish children were murdered during the Holocaust. And again, a very sad state in world history. I believe in world history you will pick up on more of this than what we have the time for in this class. The Jews weren't the only ones targeted by the Nazis at this time. Hitler was looking at that Aryan race, the super race, and anybody that did not fit that profile was on target to be exterminated. This include communists, gypsies, people from the Slavic nations, homosexuals, people with disabilities. These people were all targeted by the Nazis for extermination. And you can see here, by the end of the war, some 5 million people from these other groups perished at the hands of Hitler and the Nazis. And as we go on in this class, I'm sure many of you have seen different films and different movies where many of these concentration camps were liberated, and it's really a sad part of world history here. And that is our last slide for this lecture. So we'll talk to you later.